was selling Italian ices.
Sal.
Beautiful thing. Christmas in the city.
Fine, Sal.
I got a little story I would like to read. Every year, traditionally, I read this to all the kids in my neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
It's a very touching story.
What is it?
It was the night before Christmas.
Oh, we've all heard that, Sal.
No, not this one yet.
Oh, I see.
This is The Night Before Christmas, starring Salmonella.
Oh, let's hear this.
Thanks a lot. Shut up.
Fine.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the block, not a creature was stirring, not even Ed Koch.
Mm-hmm.
The stockings were hung by the furnace with care, in hopes that by morning they'd all still be there. Me and this skank were getting ready for bed. I wore pajamas. She had a paper bag for her head. When up on a roof, I heard this big crash. Thought it was a burglar. I was gonna kick ass. Went out on a fire escape, looked up in the sky, and what did I see? This freaking fat guy with a red suit and boots that came up to his knees. In the moonlight, he looked just like Dom DeLuise. He had a big sled pulled by these reindeer. He called one of them dancer, so I assumed he was queer. As he crept off the roof, it became clear to me that this guy was looking to steal my TV. Over his shoulder, he had a big sack. He came down the stairs while I planned my attack. I waited a second till the timer seemed ripe. Smacked him in the head, bada bing, with a pipe. He fell to the floor with a groan and a thud. I was kind of surprised that I didn't see blood. Instead, he rolled over, looked me in the eye. When I saw who I hit, I near started to cry. I said, "Hey, yo, Santa, I'm sorry, all right?" Not for nothing, he said, but this just ain't my night. I got lost in the Bronx. I ran over some nuns. Had a near miss by Kennedy. Rudolph's got the runs. I'm out all freaking night and I'm busting my hump. But I can't continue now, not with this bump.
Yeah.
So do me a favor and be a real pal. Take over for me and be Santa, Sal. I say, yo, I'm from Brooklyn. I ain't right for the part. But he said that Santa Claus comes from the heart. He made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Stop at every house, except for the Jews. I got in the suit and stepped onto the sleigh, wondering just why reindeer smelled that way. Took off on my mission, didn't want to be late, while old St. Nick spended the night hosing my date. That night, I was Santa, bringing kids joy and bliss. And if you don't believe me, then hey, jingle this.
Oh, that's very nice.
Since then, I've been with him each year in the cold, riding shotgun with Santa, because he's fat and he's old.
Yeah.
I'm his #1 helper. I've been deputized. So on this Christmas Eve, don't you be surprised if you hear a voice say, real loud and abrupt, "Merry Christmas to all." Thanks a lot. Shut up. Won't you back unto a lonely Christmas call? You left a year ago this Christmas, and we're wondering if you miss us. Don't know why you ever left and went away. The kids are lonely here without you.
Once upon a time, long ago, it will surprise you very much to hear that there was a man who did not like Christmas. In fact, he had been heard on several occasions to use words most foul with regard to it. He was a very rich, very stingy, and very mean man, hard, of the sourest temper, a man of business, intent only on making money and caring nothing for anyone. When he spoke, grown men quaked. Where he walked, little children cowered. Of course, he could not know, but behind his bent back, the whole village talked about him and laughed at him, making jest. For he was a fitting subject for ridicule, certainly, as he strode through the streets, muttering and grumbling at those he passed.
Good day, Ebenezer Imus. Merry Christmas, sir.
Bite it, chump. Humbug and you. I hope your Christmas tree catches fire and burns your house down.
Mean as he was in public, Ebenezer Imus reserved his worst behavior for the people who worked for him, and he worked them very hard indeed. Ebenezer Imus ran an extraordinarily successful business, a radio station. Oh, to be sure, a couple of other people thought they ran the station, but they were terribly mistaken. And Ebenezer Imus dealt with them harshly.
Mason's a humpbacked idiot, and Meyer that just couldn't be anybody stupider than that cheese-brained meathead. Jesus!
Ah, but it was the little people who worked for Ebenezer Imus, the people least deserving of his oppressive abuse, who received the most.
That was a segue? What's going on in there, you red-headed bastard? Brain, get out of the control room! What do I have to do to hire somebody around here who can follow simple directions? Why am I inundated by imbeciles?
Poor Ebenezer Imus. No Christmas for him again this year. No, he'd be alone in his dismal penthouse with a scruffy cat for company and, of course, C-SPAN. He was never merry or comfortable or happy, and he hated other people to be so. Well, one holiday season, the staff of the Ebenezer in the Morning radio program screwed up their courage and decided to try to speak to their difficult boss.
Drop dead.
Mr. Imus? Mr. Imus, sir, could we ask you a question?
All right, come in.
Hello, sir.
Get out.
But, sir, please, just one question.
All right, you got 10 seconds.
Thank you, sir. You're too generous. We were wondering, sir, it being the holiday season and all.
5 seconds.
Could we maybe, I mean, some of us leave a half an hour early for Christmas?
Yeah.
And maybe have Minko or Mad Dog or somebody cover for just 30 minutes so we could be with our families, sir?
Well, the two daring staff members watched with a growing dread as a red tinge slowly climbed up Ebenezer Imus's neck, and his hands spasmodically clenched and unclenched as he stared ahead, eyes beginning to bulge.
Gosh, look at the time. Just forget it, Mr. Imus, sir. I don't think we really want to leave early at all.
But Ebenezer Imus could be one to surprise sometimes.
30 minutes, huh? Aren't you Cratchit? Bernie Cratchit?
That's right, sir.
Yeah, the one with the frail little crippled boy.
Yes, sir.
And you want to spend extra time, my time, with the little one on Christmas, huh?
Please, sir.
Well, tell you what, Cratchit. Say, it's a little gloomy in here, don't you think?
A little, sir, I guess.
If you'll hand me that lantern there, I'll give you my answer.
Uh-oh.
This one with the exposed and frayed wire, sir.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry about that. I've yet to plug it in. Now, fetch it here, and I'll tell you my decision about your Christmas request.
Okay.
There you go, you idiot. Now you can get a part-time gig as a Christmas tree, you pathetic peacock.
Sir, his ears are starting to smoke.
Oh, like I care. Tell it to Santa.
You're mean, sir. You're despicable and mean. You need a beating, sir, or a visitation from some hideous specter or something.
You're charring the carpet and breaking my heart. Get out.
Ebenezer Imus in Charles Dickens' immortal A Christmas Carol. To be continued.
Maybe.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not look him straight in the eye. Hardness is coming to town. Hardness is coming to town. Hardness boss is coming to town. He's made up a list for Brody and Lou of tedious things he wants them to do. Hardness is coming to town. Hardness is coming to town. I'm his boss is coming to town. He screams if you are stupid and you don't get it done. But when he's made you miserable, when he's really having fun. Oh, he's wearing a Chuck, he's wearing a green. Angela, Larry, Robin, Eileen. Hardness is coming to town. Hardness is coming to town. I'm his boss is coming to town. Imus is coming to town. Imus is coming to town. Imus boss is coming to town. Some think he's a schmuck or very abrupt. Come on with a yuck or he'll blow you up. His temper is mean, his face is a wreck. But if you can't sleep, count the folds in his neck. Imus is coming to town. Imus is coming to town. Imus Claus is coming to town.
Frosty the snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. Imus in the morning.
How would you like to be able to read the morning newspaper in 10 minutes?
Old Pumpkinhead. Rush Limbaugh. Good morning, Rush.
My friends, although it's been said many times, many ways, mega diddles to you. Yes, the festive holiday season is here, and I am filled with the spirit of Christmas. Therefore, I am putting aside my usual agenda to offer you the Rush Limbaugh Christmas list. Because, like everyone at Yuletime, I sport the heart of a child, albeit a 300-pound child with an enlarged heart. But these are the toys I'm asking Santa for this year, and I urge you strongly to do the same.
Okay.
This year, I want some video games.
Right.
Super Melendez Brothers from Nintendo, where Lyle and Eric, after killing their parents, run through a legal maze and a couple $1 million worth of inheritance money. I also want Bicameral Combat from Sega, where teenage boys fight U.S. senators looking to curb the violence in video games. It's got all these cool finishing moves, like the bouncing check, the sexual misconduct allegation, and the fraudulent tax return. I'm also hoping for G.I. Steve, the new Don't Ask, Don't Tell military action doll. It comes with hundreds of fun accessories, like the sphincter mortar, the camouflage evening gown, and the swish army knife. You know what else I'd really like?
What?
The Mighty Morphin Empowerment Rangers, that series of action figures fashioned in the image of Jack Kemp. And of course, the new Bob Packwood Etch-a-Sketch Diary, where you can write filthy, disgusting things, then turn it upside down, shake it, and it all disappears before you have to turn it over to someone else. I want the Michael Jackson Johnson disguise kit. It's a pair of Groucho glasses you place over your penis. I want the Jack Kevorkian household pet euthanasia kit, so I can put my own kitty to sleep. I want Mattel's clear-cut old-growth enchanted forest. I want the endangered species target set, so I can take my Jim Brady 9mm automatic Nerf Glock and waste some stuffed spotted owls. But most of all, I want peace on earth and goodwill toward white men. More after this. I'm dreaming of a right Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where no liberals hearken, no Negroes darken, and feminists freeze out in the snow. Ho, ho, ho. I'm dreaming of a right Christmas, one that is free from Hebrew blight. Keep those gays and fairies from sight, my friends. May all left-wing Christmases be right. I'm dreaming of a right Christmas, just like the ones that ought to be, where endangered species mean less than feces, and bubbles hung upon my tree with Hillary. Yes, my friends, I'm dreaming of a right Christmas, with every riot I incite. Be conservative and reactionary tonight. Make sure all your Christmas says, be right. Megaditto to you.
Michael Breen is 5, and Nicole is 3.5, right? Right. So they're both into the Santa Claus thing.
Big time. Huge.
Yeah.
You see, as soon as he ripped open the wrappings, he'd be like, "A Buzz Lightyear spaceship!" Screaming out the top of his lungs.
Well, it makes me want to have a kid.
Oh, please don't.
Why?
No, don't go.
It really wasn't that good, boss. Your wife would be wondering which diaper to change, yours or the baby's.
If your radio light sucks in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
We're talking with Joe Quinn. And
I just did a story for a TV Guide about new buttons you need on your remote control.
Right.
And one of the buttons you need is when you watch ESPN, there should be a button that tells you how Joe Theismann got his job. So, like, you push the button, and a closed caption thing comes up and goes, "We're sorry we have this moron on, but Phil Simms went to Fox. We're trying to get him back."
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
In cars wear seatbelts where a seatbelt can save your life, and 100% of passengers wear seatbelts on airplanes where they don't do any good. Well, do you have an answer for that?
No, I
Of course you don't.
No, I don't. No,
I know.
Of course not. What game are you doing this weekend?
I'll be heading out to one of your favorite towns, Kansas City,
Oh, and who are they playing?
San Diego.
It could be a pretty good game.
Oh, yeah, it should be. Kansas City's hot right now. The 4 best teams in the AFC are clearly Denver, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, and Buffalo. But Denver's going to the Super Bowl because they'll have home field unless Elway gets hurt.
Right. Of course, they got a running game this year, you know.
Yeah, and he's got a defense.
Good.
NFC, though, man. Team to beat.
Yeah.
One that's playing at Giants Stadium Sunday.
Dallas.
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. That's what my brother says.
Fred says that also?
Yeah.
He did land feet first.
Fred says Dallas, Denver, Super Bowl.
Okay.
And he says Denver wins.
You know, there was one other thing that you and Fred should be aware of, since you're from Arizona.
Okay.
Did you know that is one of 5 states where it's illegal to commit suicide?
I didn't know that.
How do you make that arrest?
All right, here now with comment and observation on headline issues of the day. I'm Miss in Washington's senior political analyst, the late Richard M. Nixon.
Indeed. Thank you. And I hope you're happy. Imus in the morning. Dick Nixon with a little early Xmas present to himself, J.D. As you can see, I've got on my Auto Body Express turquoise buffalo Texas denim jacket over my desert plaid flannel shirt, over my black polo, under which is my Drifting Smoke Auto Body Express T-shirt. And I'd just like to make one observation.
And that would be?
I'm suffocating. Jesus. Beautiful stuff, though, J.D. Just gorgeous.
Yeah.
I don't, however, recommend taking a swig from the White Buffalo Cologne whiskey bottle and then splashing on hot seltzer, as I did this morning during a moment of confusion. I looked in the mirror and thought OJ had been there. Untidy and stung like hell. Here, you want a turquoise buffalo tortilla chip?
No.
Fantastic. Little margarita? Huh?
No.
Memories of crawling on the floor.
Shut up.
Just kidding. Anywho, dude, let's get to some headline matters. And the most obvious, the uppermost issue, in my view, huge news late last week, as you know, and no surprise, really, a very familiar face, a very familiar name. And, of course, you know exactly to whom I refer.
Madeline Albright.
Woody Allen. Did you see that?
No.
His kids hate him. The 60-year-old twerp still fighting that ghastly, ghost-like woman, Mia Farrow, for custody of the children.
Yeah.
And a judge said last week that the one kid, Satchel, great name, huh? What were they going to name the next one? Glove compartment? Anyway, the judge cites a psychiatrist's report that says Satchel hates, fears, and dreads his father and suffers nightmares and stomach aches whenever he has to see him.
Yeah.
Satchel, we all do. For crying out loud, I want an order of protection from him.
Well,
what an affected, tedious jerk.
Fine.
Oh, and speaking of that, issue 2, Dono, the individual the entire nation should get an order of protection from, Bill Clinton, assembling his second-term team. Oh, what a fine group. Jesus, we go from Warren Christopher, a guy whose diplomacy was based on how well his pocket puff coordinated with his tie, to Madeline, lock up the honor bar, Albright as Secretary of State. Goodbye, Bosnier. And then William, he's got jungle fever, Cohen as Secretary of Defense. And isn't that a name you've always felt was synonymous with the Pentagon? William Cohen. The same William Cohen, Mr. Republican, who voted to recommend my impeachment in 74. Of course, the pantload wants him. He adds a layer of insulation between himself and his own impeachment, and gives him the first Republican cabinet member ever to be in line to become the chairman of the Democratic National Committee. I mean, if Bill Cohen's a Republican, I'm a money laundering Buddhist. Besides, he's actually more suited to be over at state, since he's already got one of those United Nations marriages, if you know what I'm saying.
Shut up.
Well, I've shot my time, J.D., so let me just say that I saw you at the Y in your very fine appearance with Jeff Greenfield. You know, it struck me that this is not the first time John Donald Imus ever agreed to meet a soft, doughy, bespectacled guy at a Y, huh? Ouch! Well, gotta go. My menorah's on fire. So that's it. Your view from your Dick today. Dick Nixon, who Bill Cohen tried to squeeze when this Dick was the President of the United States.
Here's the quarrel I have with born-again Christians.
Okay, fine.
Oh, God.
And it is the following. If you are a born-again Christian who believes in your faith to the exclusion of all others and rejects all others, then that, in my mind, is not a Christian attitude.
Go to hell.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
Can you be a Jew and go to heaven?
Of course not.
What, are you crazy?
What, are you drinking again?
Can you be a Muslim or a Muslim? Can you believe in Allah and go to heaven?
I don't
Can you
want
be-
to address those.
Can you? Yes or
I'm
no?
simply going to address.
Yes or no?
I'm addressing.
You know why? Because you're a born-again Christian. You can't even tell the truth about that. You can't answer a simple question.
That's just stupid.
Heaven is like a country club. No Jews, no blacks, no nothing.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
All right, now there's an icon.
I've solved my whole sports rooting thing because I finally gave up on these people. I decided not to put my happiness and peace of mind in the hands of 25 total strangers.
Yeah.
So I don't care if my teams are doing well, I'm there for them. As soon as they begin to falter, I'm gone. That's the only way to be with this. And I finally figured out one way to be satisfied quite a bit. I'm a Globetrotters fan now. No postseason to worry about.
Right.
No postseason to worry about. Very few contract disputes to get in the papers, and a very high percentage of winning evenings.
Well, Jerry Seinfeld, I saw him someplace. I think it was Dennis Miller or something. They were talking about. He said, "What you wind up doing is rooting for uniforms."
Yeah. Or see, I have a rooting.
Christmas morning, ladling out big steaming servings of oatmeal for us kids. The house would be chilly, but that hot oatmeal warmed us up fast, especially me, and it was healthy. Yes, sir, every time Mom gave us oatmeal, she was giving us a head start on life, keeping our cholesterol levels right where they ought to be, and teaching me about the birds and the bees.
Excuse me, the birds and the bees, Mr. Beverly?
Yeah.
I don't have that in my copy here. Where are you seeing that?
Well, I'm not seeing it, I'm remembering it.
Oh, well, you're not supposed to ad-lib here, Mr. Beverly.
Okay, I just thought you might find that interesting, that's all.
No, just go back to the cholesterol levels line, okay?
Okay, let's see. Keeping our cholesterol levels right where they ought to be. That's the thing about oatmeal. Christmas time or any time, it tastes great and it's healthy for you. Fact of the matter is, it's just a healthy holiday boner. So this Christmas season, why don't you...
No, Mr. Beverly, there's that word again. It's bonus, B-O-N-U-S, not boner, B-O-N-E-R.
Well, now, sir, let me ask you this. Did you ever get invited to the Brimley house for Christmas?
Well, of course not. I mean, I
No,
don't even
you
know.
didn't, so you wouldn't know whether Wilford Brimley's Christmas oatmeal gives him a boner or a kidney stone, now, would you?
Well, no, I wouldn't. But that's not the point.
Oh, I beg your pardon, young man. That's exactly the point here. You see, I love oatmeal. Why, I'd marry the stuff if I could.
Mr. Brimley, you're sick.
No.
People marry people.
No, I never felt better in my life, and oatmeal beats a woman 7 ways to Sunday.
Well-
How many women have you met who all you got to do to get them ready is to throw a pan of hot water on them, huh? Not a one, probably. So, kids, this year when you're all gathered around the crackling hearth in front of the Christmas tree, Dad playing Santa, Mom bringing in them powdered sugar cookies right out of the oven, you just suddenly rear back and announce to the room, "I'm kind of cold," and flip out your dick. Flop it in the old wassail bowl there and say, "Hey, Mom, fill her up with oatmeal."
Oh, no.
Yeah, Mom will faint, and Sis will swallow her chewing gum, and Agnes will probably gag, and Dad will be fumbling for that suicide hotline number, all because you got your own hot number dunked in the eggnog.
Oh, no.
Why not tell Mom to forget about the bowl idea entirely? Just say, "Mom, I'll take my oatmeal poured into my Christmas stocking." That way, when somebody tells you to sit down and put a sock on it, well, you'll be in for a true religious experience. I'm telling you, it's the right thing to do.
Oh, here comes Fatty with a sack of sh**. Here comes Fatty with a sack of sh**. Here comes Fatty with a sack of sh**. And all them stinking reindeer. Well, I believe in Santa Claus, yeah, I believe that he's a and though he comes but once a year, it's enough to make me sick.
A Hall of Fame special presentation. Charles Dickens' immortal A Christmas Carol, the story of Ebenezer Imus. When last we left Ebenezer Imus, the man who hated Christmas, he had just electrocuted dear Bernie Cratchit, his faithful employee who had dared beseech Ebenezer for a half hour off on Christmas. Once home, Ebenezer Imus took some gruel, sat with his miserable cat in his dismal room, checked C-SPAN for any late ethics hearings, and finding none, got into bed. Directly, carolers stopped by beneath his window to spread some cheer. A big mistake.
Hey, what's going on down there? Hey, get away from here. Oh, you want something for making your fruit music? I got a little something for you.
And with that, the meanest, most despicable man in the village threw the contents of his bedchamber down upon them.
There, a little that'll hold you bastards.
Later, as Christmas Eve slipped into Christmas morning, something odd happened. Something most disagreeable. Ebenezer Imus awoke with a start.
What? Who's there? Who is it? Answer me.
Good morning, Mr. Imus.
What?
I'm the ghost of Christmas past. Remember, you used to date me.
Yeah, but you're just a bacon-eyed bimbette. I mean, who are you?
Well, actually, I'm just a composite of all your past dates, you know?
Yeah.
22, perky breakfast model with yogurt for brains.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't change your ways, I'm coming back to haunt you for the rest of your days.
Oh, Jesus, no, please, not that again.
And in a swirl of chiffon, the ghost of Christmas past was gone. But no sooner had Ebenezer Imus lay down again and closed his eyes.
Damn, I could have broke my neck. Hey, Ebenezer Imus, get up, boy.
What the hell is going on here? Who the are you?
I'm Big Feets, the ghost of Christmas present, my man.
Huh?
The Christmas blues you be spreading at the Bernard Cratchit domicile. I was gonna have to take you over there and show you how you bumming them out. Let's go.
And with that, he snatched up Ebenezer's hand and flew with him through the window.
All right, look down there, Ebenezer Imus. That's the Cratchit household.
Yeah, I see that. There's Bernie and the frail little crippled boy, Small Paul.
Tiny Tim ain't Small Paul.
I don't know how they can be all so happy. I mean, I give Cratchit first-degree burns over 65% of his body. And look at that. They're drinking a toast to me.
That's right, Slice. They forgive you for what you done.
Wow.
But I don't.
Uh-oh.
If you change your ways, promise to send Tiny Tim Cratchit to college, or what the next spell's gonna show you is what's gonna come a pass. Stay black, baby.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. What's coming? What's next, Spirit? Well, hey!
But there was no reply, just a lonesome harmonica riff fading in the distance. Ebenezer Imus found himself back in his room, but not entirely alone.
Ebenezer Imus! Arise and follow me! Hey, wait a minute! Argue not! Okay, I'm right with you.
You've seen Christmas past and present.
Yeah?
Now, this is what lies ahead for you if you fail to get a perspective. Behold.
What? Wait a minute. It's my radio station. Who's a dwarf sitting in my chair?
Listen, Ebenezer Imus.
7:45, quarter till 8 here on the Lupica in the Morning Show. What? Time again for Chris Berman with sports. Chris, love that outfit, man. My sides.
Lupica in the morning? But that little jerk's never funny.
You're telling me. Yet that's your future, Ebenezer Imus, if you fail the Cratchits, especially Tiny Tim.
Well, next day, Christmas, it seemed quite a different Ebenezer Imus, who bounded from his bed and threw open the window, calling out to all who could hear.
Merry Xmas! Merry Xmas, everybody!
And with all the speed he could muster, he ran headlong to the home of Bernie Cratchit, pounding on the door of the startled family within.
Cratchit! Open up! It's Ebenezer Imus!
Mr. Imus, what in the world?
May I come in?
Why, of course, sir. Of course. We'd be honored.
And with that, dear reader, Ebenezer Imus, face beaming, strode into the parlor of Bernie Cratchit and kicked the crutch out from under Tiny Tim.
There, you little creep. Screw up my life, will you?
God bless us, everyone. Miracle on 34th Street? It's Imus. I don't think so.
I would now like to welcome Rabbi Mark Gelman and Monsignor Tom Hartman. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Do you still have that hideous cable show you were doing? The God Squad? Are these all real questions?
Yeah, they really are. And Maya Angelou called and she said...
We like Maya Angelou. You ever heard Bernard do Maya Angelou?
We have.
Okay, he's not going to do it now.
No, please, Bernard, please.
Let me get a cigarette.
No.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
It'll be the first television program teaching children about the religions of the world. And they animated Tommy, they animated me, and they said, look, he has a large nose, okay? It's not that large.
No, it's not.
It's not that large, and we want you to change the animation. That's the way it is. You know, we now have a priest who looks, like Robert Redford, and we have a rabbi who...
Looks like Joe Camel.
Who looks like Joe Camel.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAM.
You're worse than I am. Absolutely not. You're just projecting your own miserable past onto everybody else.
No, I'm not. Believe me, there are a million people around this country sitting by the radio going, he's absolutely right. And I am absolutely right. There are more horrible incidents involving families during Thanksgiving and Christmas than any other time of the year, mainly because they're all together.
Yeah, and depressed and killing
themselves. There are more suicide during the holidays than any other time of the year. And why? Because it's a nightmare.
They got to go see Aunt Jean.
And everybody shows up at somebody's house, and all the women, the women get in the kitchen. They do all the cooking. Got a bunch of fat drunks in watching the Lions play football. Falling asleep there, or they're unbuttoned with their pants unbuttoned because they're so full.
The American way.
And then it's just it's a nightmare. But not for me, though, because I don't get involved in it. I won't go. And when somebody asks me, it's insulting.
Who would ask you?
Oh, a lot of people do. Well, they don't anymore because they know I won't go.
They know the deal.
So they save themselves.
Like behavioral.
And it isn't that they want me to go, by the way.
Of course not.
Absolutely not. Or it isn't that when people invite various members of their family, they don't want them there. They feel some idiotic obligation because the Hallmark Card Corporation has made them think this way.
Oh, man.
Hasn't it?
What a jaded... Absolutely. Man. The honesty's too much.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you just can't deal with it. You don't want to hear the truth.
No, I can't wait for Chris. I love it.
Well, okay. There are obviously people who have I have good experiences. Most of the time, we're at Fred's, and it's a great Christmas. So I agree. But you just have to be selective. You can't get involved with a bunch of people who you never see any other time of the year. And think that you're going to have it's just there's nothing to talk about. You don't really like them.
You have nothing in common. Zero.
It may not even be. You may like them. That may not be true.
A couple of pops, everybody gets along.
No, they don't. See, that's the point. They don't.
A couple of pops and somebody pulling a gun.
And it's always people like you or Larry Kinney who expresses outrage at me for being so cynical and jaded who have the absolute worst times. Particularly Larry. Larry's got a fuse like that. I know Larry will blow. He was in here yesterday. He was steamed about something yesterday, wasn't he? Yeah. No, he was just. And then I'm in there playing Dwight Yoakam, and he's angry. And he loves Dwight Yoakam. But he's got so upset at this Santa Can't Stay. And I played it again. I turned it down to the jukebox. I just pumped it up as loud, just so the walls are shaking in there.
Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Imus in the morning.
Do you know people hailing the decision by
Jane Roe to completely turn her situation around. A major bombshell announcement into the debate over the issue of abortion. Norma McCorvey, the woman whose request for an abortion led to the 1973 Roe versus Wade decision.
Speaking of drug addicts.
Exactly. Has been baptized by the leader of Operation Rescue and has joined the anti-abortion group.
I don't want to be, to sound like Bernard, but I saw them baptizing her in somebody's swimming pool yesterday. And
They didn't hold their head on the long enough.
Lord. And I forget which news. I watched all three newscasts, and I don't know who. It could have been Rather or Broker, one of them. But they pointed out that the people, the fundamentalist Christians who baptized her, had not yet asked her to dissolve her lesbian relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But when they pointed out that she was a lesbian, I just thought,
She looks like Marty Allen. Of course she's a lesbian.
she does. But I mean,
she doesn't need worry about any abortions.
I mean, I know that's just
horrible.
It's horrible. Yeah, it reduces this program to the level of Howard Stern and Rush Limbaugh, but which doesn't mean it's not amusing. But some nitwit was listening to the best of Imus, and the Cardinal was on. Then I guess he thought he won. $40 million.
Sorry. Didn't work, Rodrigo. Go back to the Dominican Republic. I quit my job.
But he calls up and tells him, boss, this shoving. All this stuff. We'll listen to the best of Imus in the morning, and here's the Cardinal, and thinks he won.
I don't need no stinking job.
Take a job and stick it. So that's my favorite.
I love that.
So we're going to be gone. I'm going to Santa Fe today, and I'm Charles going to Missouri or something.
Get out.
But the best of Imus in the morning is I listen to it and I like it. So whether you do or not, but it's good because you don't have to listen to me read Maureen Dowd columns, for example. The Maureen Dowd column reading will not make the best of Imus in the morning.
No, that's on the...
Which makes you wonder why I would do it then in the first place. Except that I thought it was startling.
It's fascinating stuff. I mean, to be truthful. Absolutely. Compelling, mesmerizing. Breath of fresh air on the op-ed page of the Panty-Waist New York Times.
Absolutely, yeah.
There you go.
So, what's your position on Jerry Garcia, Bernard?
I have to, mega dittos to the fat man.
Just another fat... What? Another fat dead drug addict.
Glorify a fat heroin addict. Oh, that's great. Let's have a vigil for him in the park for a junkie.
Well, is that what you're going to say when I croak?
Oh, no, I'll be too hungover. I'll be too drunk. I'll be on heroin myself when you go.
On the first day of Christmas, my producer gave to me the Partridge Family. On the second day of Christmas, my producer gave to me 2 Live Crew and the Partridge Family. On the third day of Christmas, my producer gave to me 3 Dog Night, 2 Live Crew, and the Partridge Family. On the fourth day of Christmas, my producer gave to me the 4 Season Sherry, 3 Dog Night, 2 Live Crew, and the Partridge Family. On the fifth day of Christmas, my producer gave to me the Jackson 5. 4 Season Sherry, 3 Dog Night, 2 Live Crew, and the Partridge Family. On the, what are we up to now? 6th? Oh, yeah. 16 tons, the Jackson 5. 4 Season Sherry, 3 Dog Night, 2 Live Crew, and the Partridge Family. Where am I going to put all this stuff? What, 7? Oh, yeah, the Chicago 7, 16 tons, the Jackson 5. 4 Season Sherry, 3 Dog Night, 2 Live Crew, and the Partridge Family. On the 8th day of Christmas, my producer gave to me 8 days a week. Oh no, I lost my place. The Jackson 5. 4 Season Sherry, 3 Dog Night, 2 Live Crew, and the the Partridge Family. On the 9th day of Christmas, my producer gave to me the Stones' 19th Nervous Breakdown. 8 days a week, the Chicago 716 tons, the Jackson 5. 4 seasons sherry, 3 dog night, 2 live crew, and the Partridge Family. Got another Camel Fats. On the 10th day of Christmas, my producer gave to me 10 lids of Hawaiian. And, that's some good you know. Trying to remember what else he gave me. It was a whole bunch of other hoopy-dookies. Man, could I go for a pizza?
Scott Muni with the 12 Days of Christmas. Over from the Archdiocese. Good morning, Cardinal.
What are you looking at? Good morning, God bless. Great to be out here in San Jose, Imus and Lamar, sitting in the Shark Tank.
Yeah?
Next to the human eel, be Jesus. Sitting next to a man who has more wrinkles than San Jose has wetbacks, be Jesus. I tell you that.
That will be fun.
How about an Autobody Express ski mask for that Gravity Challenge pussy of yours, be Jesus? You're making me sick. The Fantasy 5 numbers, Imus Lamar.
Yeah?
Fantasy 5 sounds like an all-white NBA team, I tell you that, Imus Lamar.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
Speaking of football, Imus Lamar, news from the Boston Archdiocese.
Okay.
Has it that Congressman Barney Frank has put in a bid to buy the beleaguered New England Patriots?
Well, yes.
He found out they have one good tight end and 21 guys who suck, me Jesus. That's queer.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAM.
You ever buy something and wonder if maybe you could have got it for less? Especially when you buy Mr. Washington's senior military affairs advisor, the late General George.
Go for Brimley holiday greeting spot, is that right?
That's right. This is directed straight toward the little boys and girls.
Going to be anything else directed toward him, is there?
And, you know what? You're starting to offend me with this. There ain't going to be no shenanigans here. This is going to be straight. It's my Christmas message.
All right.
I ain't some kind of prevert, all right? This will be just flat out straight.
Fine, Mr. Brimley.
All right.
Quaker Oats oatmeal Santa message, take 1.
I'm Wilford Brimley for Quaker Oats Oatmeal. You know, when I was a kid growing up, me and all the other kids down the road used to get pretty excited come Christmas time, just like you do. To make sure old Santa Claus came to all our houses, why, we'd set out cookies and milk for him. The way we figured it was the right thing to do. But you know what? It wasn't. No, sir, because Santa Claus is an elderly man. He's way overweight, he smokes, and has cholesterol clogging up his arteries, and, well, we was just clogging them up worse. It wasn't the right thing to do. So this Christmas, instead of high-fat milk and cookies, you kids do the right thing. Set out a bowl of steaming oatmeal for Santa. It'll taste good, it'll warm him up, and bring Santa's cholesterol down. And it'll allow you to give him a present for a change. A big old boner. And that's a bonus for you, believe me.
No, for God's sake, Mr. Brimley.
Huh?
This is your Christmas spot.
I know that.
Well, are you a f***ing lunatic?
Hey, Sonny, you just watch how you talk to old people,
Well,
huh?
you can't say boner to these kids.
Now, there's a damn lie. Do I make the oatmeal? No, sir. Quaker Oats makes oatmeal and boners. And kids, you're going to be glad they do when Santa, who after all is 1,000 years old or something, thanks you for giving him a oatmeal boner. You think you got a nifty train set last year? How'd you like Amtrak? Huh? Did you like that jet plane? How'd you like to own the Trump shuttle? Well, that just might be the way that old Santa Claus is going to say, Johnny, thanks for the boner. Yes, sir, you'll sneak downstairs, and there you'll be. Twinkle in his eye, trousers down around his ankles, and his little round belly shaking like a bowl full of oatmeal. Because he's under the Christmas tree f***ing your oatmeal, saying, on Dancer, on Dasher, on Donner and Blitzen, I finally got me the boner I've been missing. And then if you listen real close, you'll hear him exclaim ere he flies out of sight, the toys, more oatmeal. It's a hell of a night. Yes, sir. It's the right thing to do. Ho, ho, ho.
Thursday of Christmas, time is it to me. Love this number and don't ever call me again. On the second day of Christmas, time is it to me.
Well, I just...
Snap out of it, you old fool.
any attention in there?
On the fourth day of Christmas, Lou returned the compliment. No. On the fifth day of Christmas, all hell breaks loose.
Who the hell cares? Well, push the goddamn button. Don't be calling me anymore. What's the problem in
On
there?
the sixth day of Christmas, I'm in Braxtonville.
New York is big, but
Not as big as the one in my...
On the seventh day of Christmas, the Imus says Rob.
I'm gonna take this pen and shove it right into your eye. The eighth day of Christmas, the Imus said to me, send out Christmas cards to all of the people I
On the
know.
ninth day of Christmas, Angela says to me.
500 names in here, and I'm supposed to get these cards out by 10?
On the 10th day of Christmas, the Imus says to Breen.
You pencil necky, give me some yuck so you're out of here.
It's the 11th day of Christmas, the Imus compliment to Bertie.
Good work. Good work. Good work, Bernie.
Shut up, you jerk.
On the 12th day of Christmas, the Imus said to me.
Tell you one thing I'll do. I'd come in there and take you two white boys and knock your point little heads together. That's what it is. Yeah.
Come on, brother. The Imus said to me.
So you get that, baby, and have a Merry Xmas.
So fresh like Santa, you have to say ho, ho, ho. So girls and boys, let's make some noise. Give thanks for joys and all goodies and toys. For Christmas, yes indeed, this must be the greatest holiday treat. So people just bust how I celebrate as we elevate. Big Daddy Kane is on the mic and I'ma tell a great Christmas line for your delight. That's Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night.
Imus in the morning.
How would you... What a creep.
What are you talking about?
Well, you're just the worst.
Creep.
You make my skin crawl.
I'm healthy.
You're not healthy. You're a Neanderthal Nazi. Here on the Imus in the Morning program. And on Friday, Sally Jenkins, who used to write sports for the Washington Post and for Sports Illustrated, and she's got a laugh out loud funny book.
Yes, she does.
Women on sports and stuff. And
Oh, you mean Dan's kid?
yes, she's the daughter of Dan Jenkins. Why?
Oh, no, it just sort of explains a couple of things.
You know, you bastard. You're stupid. You think the Washington Post hired her because Dan Jenkins was her father and she wrote there for 7 years?
No. Sure, it had nothing to do with it, man.
Well, I mean, maybe she got an entree. Maybe she got introduced to the sports editor of the Washington Post.
Yeah.
But do you think that she was then able to work there for 7 years because her father's Dan Jenkins?
I'm sure Chris Wallace, being Mike Wallace's son, had nothing to do with
Well,
him getting his job.
how about Brian Rooney at ABC News?
Another example.
You're an idiot. I mean, you're a disgraceful person.
You're naive.
Well, am I naive?
In some areas, but I don't think in this one. I think Miss Jenkins is, I think her value was demonstrated to the Washington Post, and that's why she was there.
And why do you think Sports Illustrated hired her? Because her father was Dan Jenkins? You're an idiot.
Any moron can write about sports.
Oh, Jesus, God. Oh, now, that's the point.
Oh, man.
I hope she comes in here and punches you in the mouth, which is likely to happen, by the way.
I'm ready to throw down.
I'm sure you are. Why don't you...
No.
No.
I can't say that.
No, you can't say that. Anyway. You're just an idiot. Well, that's how you got your job, because I liked you. You were an intern at NBC, and I liked you. And
My father's a bus driver, for crying out loud.
I understand.
How is that analogous to what happened with her?
No, but I mean, you had no qualifications to be the executive producer of the most successful morning radio program in the history of radio, did you? Do you? Or did you?
Very weak connection here.
Very weak. And I hired you because I liked you. Because you were funny. But now look at you.
Because I had a tight booty.
Well, that too, yes. A very tight booty.
Imus in the morning.
Welcome. Time.
Is that the same day you peed in the phone booth?
No, that was years later. I was as drunk as you could get the day I peed in the phone booth, and there at Rockefeller Center. I know about that. I remember that.
You were sticking your tongue in a coin dispenser.
But my point about Bob Packwood is that, doesn't he get it?
Just go away.
God, I mean, it's just such it's such an embarrassment for everybody concerned here.
Imagine you're there in that The Senate dining room.
Oh,
And
God,
just-
you know.
Isn't that the most uncomfortable thing in the world?
You know,
Crying out loud. Oh, here he comes. What are we going to do?
And there's no way to get away from him. I mean, if you've seen the chamber there, you know, it's a fairly small area, so, yeah. Ah, what a creep. Just get out. Get out. Go away. Just leave.
Just recognize it.
Just, yeah. All right, here now on the I line from Albuquerque, New Mexico, 1-800-370-IMUS is Bill. Good morning, Bill.
Morning, Mr. Diamond.
What up, baby?
Hey, how you doing? How was your vacation?
That's good.
That's good. I was wondering, what's the Fred's address up in Santa Fe? I'm on vacation this week. I'd like to take a ride up there.
Oh, man. Oh, God. It's, are you in Albuquerque now?
Well, I live in Rio Rancho, which is just north of Albuquerque.
Oh, okay. You get on 25 north.
Right.
And you get off on Cerrillos Road.
Okay.
And you take Cerrillos toward the plaza there.
All right.
In Santa Fe.
Right.
And when you get to the Taco Bell, the one that's on the left.
Taco Bell, okay.
You hang a left.
Hang a left at the Taco Bell.
And you just wind around down there to 1209 Parkway Drive.
1209 Parkway Drive.
And you'll see the big turquoise buffalo out front there.
Can't miss it. Oh, come on, man.
And Fred's there. So.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd take the wife and put the dog and the wife in the car and take a ride up there.
Well,
You lucked out, huh?
I still have these tickets now because Ken from Las Vegas had an emergency and is not going to be able to fly in to go to the U.S. Open tonight. Still have 3 tickets.
Well, give them to me. I'll take them.
Get off the phone.
You're out of here.
You're out of here. For my seats out at the U.S. Open tonight, they're great seats, about 5 or 6 rows from the court. And we'd like to send White Trash out there to the U.S. Open, wouldn't we?
Well, to mix with the pretentious crowd.
Yeah. Here's Ray from the Bronx. Good morning, Ray.
Yeah, Imus, what's up?
Well, not too much, right?
What's up? Well, I'm calling with a ticket.
Okay. You ever been to the U.S. Open?
No.
Do you like tennis?
Love tennis.
Oh, you do?
What?
I said, oh, you do?
Yeah.
Why have you never been to the U.S. Open?
Because I couldn't afford it.
No.
Prison.
You've been. And you're white trash, right?
No, I'm not.
What color trash are you?
I'm black trash.
Black trash?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Who will you be taking?
Well, I'll probably call my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Probably impress her.
Okay. Well, I've got 3 seats.
Well, call for girlfriend's friend, too.
Yeah. You'd get you a Mel Reynolds thing going on. That'd make you a brown sugar sandwich, baby. You know what the I-man's saying?
Yeah.
What's up with me, G? You got the tickets.
I got a ticket?
Yeah.
Way to go, man.
Hang on, Bernie's going to get the stuff. I mean, now you have to come by the radio station before 4 o'clock this afternoon and pick them up.
No problemo.
The Steinway stop.
Hang on, brother.
Steinway and Rocket Block.
Hang on, brother. Hang on, brother.
Take the last car in the subway. It's easier.
Rush Limbaugh, he's coming up here on the Imus in the Morning program, and so is the Beavis and Bubba. Now, Breen, where's Breen? Get Breen in here.
Yeah, where is that geek?
Breen is, me and Charles are going out to the U.S. Open today. And tomorrow night, Deirdre and I are going to go. And then on Thursday, I'm taking Larry Kenny and Rob Bartlett, the 2 fat boys.
Yeah. The Bookend Brothers. Oh, man.
It's like going to church with your grandmother. You really don't want to go.
Breen, you understand what the situation is today, don't you?
I'm beginning to think I'm not going.
Why?
Because I'm not going to go get you your nachos and your bottled water all day.
Yes, you are.
That's not my role.
Well, that is your role.
Sure, it's a support role here.
Charles and I will be sitting there trying to enjoy the tennis matches, and you will be going out, standing on line, getting the stuff for us, and then waiting there in the little alleyway during the changeover. And hopefully there'll be like a 20-minute tie break.
Just a mob standing there.
Yeah.
Give me a couple $100 to get your lunch, and I'll go get it, and I won't return.
And you will bring us our stuff. You'll do as you're told to do.
Young man.
Is that what you're wearing?
Yes, it is. I wore it specially for you today. Little shorts.
You're wearing shorts and a polo shirt.
So he's one of the geeks who dresses in tennis attire.
I don't quite look as handsome as you in your denim jacket. 90-degree weather.
Yeah, I'm in the morning. In your shorts, 2020 sports.
Double play. Game is over. Yankees lose. Familiar words from the Bronx. Good morning. Mike the Bee with sports. John Sterling with the call. Yankees drop
what?
Mike the Bee.
What's wrong with Mike Breen?
I want to have a little
I know we've been through what you want to have, but
Not like Murray the K, had a big career. Mike the B.
Mike to be.
I like that.
And Billy Taylor calls himself the BT Express, right?
Yeah.
It should be the BD Express, the Brain Dead Express. Billy Taylor. We got to have, next time you're off, we have to have Billy Taylor back, you know?
It's time for a Billy Taylor.
For a Billy Taylor fix.
The Yankees drop a 4-3 decision to the Royals. Russ Davis of the Yanks knows what needs to be done.
You know, it's just time to turn it up a notch and see what we can do.
Now it's time to turn it up a notch.
Yeah.
How about 2 weeks ago when you were still in a pennant race?
15 or 16 and a half games out.
Idiot. The veteran running back from the Carolina Panthers, Barry Foster, they expected great things. He was cut yesterday. Led the AFC in rushing just a couple of years ago, but he's been injured. And his teammate Tim McKyer says that always spells trouble.
One of my mottos is you can't make the club in the tub.
What are some of his other mottos? Can we get a list of those?
You sound like a whack if you do enough crack.
Can't make the club if you've been in the tub. Rub-a-dub-dub. I'm your mug. Jesus, God, shut up.
Get on the team, in the dream.
You can't haul. He gave the ball.
First class in my class don't make me no ass. You know what I'm saying?
Can't drink gin and win.
Hammer time.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Sound like a fool if I don't go to school.
Gotta go
God
run.
almighty.
It's so much fun.
Jesus. Get out of here.
Of course, the NFL coming up this weekend. First round of games on Sunday, and then the big Monday night game, Giants and Cowboys at Giants Stadium.
For those of you with DirecTV, you can watch or if you just happen to be in these cities, in either Philadelphia or Tampa, Breen is doing the Eagles-Buccaneers game, right?
From Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia.
So...
I ain't no righty, but I hate waiting. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I think we do. I'd like to welcome Tyrone McCartney of the Black Beetle, right?
That's right. You got it.
I got that right, don't I?
You did.
So happy Merry Christmas, Tyrone.
And happy Merry Christmas to you too, Mr. Imus.
So you guys got anything special planned?
Matter of fact, funny you should say that. We happen to have a brand new fabulous Black Beatles holiday album.
I'll be darned.
The Black Beatles, I'm Dreaming of a Black Christmas.
Uh-huh.
Well, you can hear some of them old-time favorite Christmas carols, like this one here.
Right.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a shiny new beatbox. And if you heard him get down, you would know the bad boy rocks. And how about this one?
Yeah.
Sleigh bells ring, it's the season, and the weather is pleasing. It's snowing tonight, what a beautiful sight on Adam Clayton Power Boulevard. And how about this one?
Right.
You better watch out. You better not pucker. You better not pout. He's a bad motherfucker. Santa Claus is coming uptown.
We're going to have a little trouble with that one.
No, I don't think you will.
Uh-huh.
And of course, my personal favorite.
Yeah.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my bitch gave in to me. 12 Subway tokens, 11 Coupe Villas, 10 packs of Cools, 9 pairs of Adidas, 8 dudes are singing, 7 homeboys chilling, 6 pack of Millers, 5 golden chains, 4 McDLTs, 3 French fries, 2 Kango caps, and a ticket for Run DMC. Merry Christmas.
CBS Radio, all rights reserved. Imus in the Morning is a presentation of WFAN and Westwood One Entertainment. Bunch of peckerheads.
This concludes the entertainment and revenue-generating portion of your broadcast day. We now return you to the rest of your local programming schedule. An indecipherable embarrassment of broadcasting incompetence that compelled this station to subscribe to the Imus in the Morning program in the first place. The entertainment and revenue-generating portion of the broadcast day, the Imus in the Morning program, will resume tomorrow morning. Check your local listings for time and schedule.
WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Happy holidays at 10 o'clock. This is Rich Ackerman, home of the 1997 NFL playoffs.
Well, good morning to you. And now you be at 10:04, even on a Christmas morning on the Fan, New York City. Steve Summers here, you there. The sweater off today, back in about a week and a half. Erica Hershkowitz and Dove Kramer on the other side of the glass, 718-937-6666. As we begin our Christmas schmooze until Susan Waldman at 2 on the Fan, New York. Merry